Mama, what is that foot? What is that foot? Do you need to go to the hospital? That doesn't look good. Where on earth are you? Hello everyone and welcome back to another Overwatch video. I'm so pissed. Filmora. Anyone working at Filmora, get your editing software together. It just crashes and then you lose all your progress because when you press reload last project that didn't save, it literally doesn't save anything. So I'm slightly pissed. Anyway, I just recorded this video and I got to the very end and I pressed stop recording audio and it fully just crashed. So I'm doing it again. Yes, it does. Yay. Anyway, as I said in the previous recording, I am taking a look back at my Symmetra gameplay, as I sometimes do. I'll go back and I'll see how I play. And I thought I might as well make a video of it and show how I reason and ration while I'm playing Symmetra and what I typically do. So there we saw the Hammond. I thought he was, of course, going to go in a bit deeper, so I started with my primary fire. He scrammed. He was like out. And then you see me placing a teleporter. Before we actually went out of the gate, I told my team, hey, I'm placing my teleporter. Come if you guys want. And they said, okay. They never ended up going because they got jumped. In that scenario, I was out in the open by myself. Not much I could do. It's kind of expected. If, especially with Symmetra, because you don't have a lot of survivability and you don't have a lot of ways to escape. You are, if you're caught out in the open by like one tank or one DPS, you are kind of screwed. Symmetra's damage is better in a team fight rather than in solo, unless you are already fully charged with your beam. And that's another thing. I don't know. I do miss. Part of me wishes that they would just revert Symmetra back to her support healing role, but fix her kit up a little bit more to strengthen her shielding, the shielding of health of other players, and also give her a little bit of healing. Because her damage, her kit is so weird. I find her kit to be so... When you think of clarity of concept, Symmetra does not come to mind. I'll just say that. But here, I saw the McCree. Thankfully, got onto the point, and I just wanted to zone him just to make sure he didn't actually end up coming, you know, to the point. Thankfully, he took a step back. And in this case, you saw me place a teleporter on point. A lot of Symmetra players will just place the teleporter at spawn for the dead to get back to the fight a little bit faster. Oh, this fight's aggravating. I could have killed him, but, you know, he jumped down and then he Winston got me. But some people just place it at spawn. In this situation on the 2 capture point maps, I think it is a little bit more
I probably could have killed a Torb.
understanding or allowed for players to put the teleporter in fight to have it as a bit more of a movement ability and an escape route. I mean, hell, you can even do it during like payload pushes, but those are typically where I find I place it, just for the increased or decreased travel time. Here I place a barrier. There weren't a lot of people actually backing me up, and I end up dying here. I probably should have made sure other people were following me.
I probably should have looked.
But I didn't. And when it comes to Symmetra's ultimate, it's a tank ultimate on a DPS character. It's very strange. But I tend to place it at more of a diagonal, at a very certain angle where I believe I'll get the most use out of it, where it covers the most area in terms of the actual fight. Sometimes I see people place it just like straight up in front of them, like horizontal parallel to them. And it aggravates me because you don't get a lot of use out of it, especially if you're on a payload. And the payload pushes right past it and you're just leaving that shield behind unless you decide to backtrack a little bit to use it defensively. And then here we decided to push up a little bit because we were so far behind in capture point progress. We didn't want them to get on the point. And then as you can see, the Hammond decided to go for the Anna, so I just wanted to back her up a little bit, shoot a couple orbs. I was ready to start to push over there. Thankfully, he dropped down. We managed to get the kill. my turret got that Lucio. Thanks, turret. But as I said in my previous recording before it crashed, I was talking about the turrets. I really miss the 6 turret cap and having 6 turrets preloaded on Symmetra. It just made it so much more effective, I feel. And you don't have like a wide range of influence now as a Symmetra player. You really have to stack your turrets in one location and make a very tight nest. Because one turret, yeah, it can do some damage, but most of the time it's just a nuisance and to the enemy player, and will just, you know, take their time for a moment until they just do 2 shots and they kill it. And it's kind of lackluster. So that's my opinion on the turrets. Here, I believe I kind of popped off, as the kids say these days. You know, I saw the Winston bubble and I said, I'm going to press my left click into that until I'm fully charged. And then I targeted the Lucio because I know how pesky Lucios can be. And then here I was running a bit low on health, so I decided to go behind them and get the flank on the Torbjorn. And then Mercy said, I'm just going to stand here and take the beam. She wanted to go. It was her time. She was ready. And then at this point, we were just like the last final pushes and, you know, making sure no one gets it. Whole thing.
Heal Hammond, heal Hammond, heal Hammond.
There we go.
Oh god, okay, we have it. Whew, that was close, guys.
And here we have the second round of the capture point, and yeah, from that last game I went from like 11 eliminations, which was bronze, to 22 eliminations straight up to gold, just from that last push of me getting all of the kill credit. So you can do a lot of damage with a Symmetra given all the stars align and you have full charge and your turrets are in very strategic places where they are mostly hard to get but still can reach players effectively. That snipe, I look at it today and I'm still so proud. And then here I'm just kind of placing turrets in areas where people might not really look, or, you know, get some damage off them for a little bit. And then at this point it was mostly just pushing them up so they don't actually get the jump on the point. As for the Hanzo and Symmetra long-ranged abilities, her right-click, it's good because they, you know, of course, buffed the speed when they reworked her, but it's still no match for a Hanzo, and anyone really at that range where the Hanzo was can just, you know, simply move to the left or right and dodge it. So Symmetra's better, more at medium range, I would say, but even still, her left click is pretty short-ranged. Here, my turrets ended up getting some value, and I already have my ult, and I decided to use it. And I didn't need to use it. This was probably a very bad use of my ultimate, because it was only the Lucio and the Moira, and it wasn't needed. It really wasn't. It was only 2 supports. We could have probably killed them without it, but I mean, I guess I got a little use. I didn't really like the teleporter placement I put right there. However, it was better than nothing. It wasn't a super long distance, but if I wanted to just, you know, quickly pop back up to get the line of sight on that little ramp, or, you know, as for here, move out of the way of McCree's ultimate, it can be useful. They ended up coming around, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah, as I said, they jumped, and they went behind, and I wasn't expecting that. Here's when we kind of begin to have some issues. We got a really long way there. We got 83%, and then it happens in these games. Sometimes you just crumble when you get right there. Your nerves are high. Everyone's kind of just, you know, manic a little bit, and then you get picked off by a damn McCree, and you're like, what the hell, man? I pay my taxes. I didn't deserve that. I go to college. And, yeah, so the McCree was like, not having it. And then at this point, I got a better placement. This is when I was starting to use the teleporter more so just to get back to the point, which some people decide to use, some people don't, in terms of teleporter placement, as I was previously stating during the first round. And yeah, I die a couple times here. But overall, I'd say the first round was probably the best round towards the end there in terms of my effectiveness. And then here it started to dwindle a little bit because I just couldn't get in the rhythm of where we were going. Here was a stupid mistake. If your teleporter is getting attacked, don't go in thinking that you can like solo someone and you know.
Nobody wanted to help? I should have done that anyway.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Unless you know you can and you know there's only like one person that like. It's like a mercy at half health, and you can just kill her real quick with a right click. But other than that, that was basically the game. Platinum tiered Symmetra. Platinum tiered Symmetra, platinum tiered healer, high gold, low plat tank player. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll leave you with the rest of this, and like that if you'd like to comment below, subscribe for more videos. My Patreon is available for early access videos if you guys would enjoy maybe some exclusive videos. And all my descriptions are down below. My Twitter, I tweet a lot, and I'll catch you guys later. Stream, Twitch, bye. See ya. Have a nice day. Take your penicillin, take your baby aspirin, eat your veggies. Bye. Teleporter's almost down. Use it if you need it. Nice.
Alright. What the?
Second round I didn't do as good, but you know.
Good game, guys.